do this.
It's Tommy's TXL Indy Part 4. Tonight, we're going to show you exactly how easy it is or is not to put in a trailing arm mount. I've never done it before, and it looks like it might be a challenge with the belly pan on there.
Hammer time.
We'll find out. We'll bring you back. All right, so we're going to get this thing in, and the plan is, let's set this down. We're going to rivet it along here to the footrest first, and then we can come up through the hole for the exhaust can and clamp this down to the tunnel wherever we need to. Wish I had my Clecos. I own Clecos, but I can't find my Clecos because I haven't used them in like 5 years. So Clecos are like temporary rivets you can put in with the pliers, and they're really cheap. If you're going to do this kind of thing, you should get some. But tonight, we'll just try to fake it with vice grips or whatever else.
And a hammer.
Yeah.
And
Before we get to that, let's take you back in time to Monday when we extracted this bracket from a very dead Indy 400.
the boneyard.
Do you like seeing stuff get cut up? All right. All right, so we're working on this beautiful Indy 400 carcass. It's an 86, and it turns out that an 86 will have the same part for the mount there. So we're going to try to get that mount off of here without wrecking it. Wish us luck.
Just take this big chunk out where I got the rivets out,
Yep,
and we'll have access.
that's what we're going to do. We're going to sawzall this pan. It is just destroyed. This sled had a fire at one point. This pan's worthless. But the bolt came right out of the trailing arm mount, so we're pretty happy with that. Brad's here. Hey, Brad. So Tommy's going to drill rivets, and I'm going to get the sawzall, and we'll take out that piece of pan. Should help a lot. All right, little look at the trailing arm mount. So she gets pop riveted to the footrest there. She's got a bunch of rivets here, and a broken off piece that slid up the rail. Great. All right, I'm going to get out the air chisel and see what I can do with those rivets. All right, here's the destruction. This is the bracket. Yeah, the dogs are out. We're keeping them away from the antifreeze. We'll have that cleaned up shortly. There's enough of us around. But, yeah, so we sectioned things. We bent things. We just had it. This chassis was junk. Here's our bracket. Boy, what a sweetheart. But don't worry. We'll get those last remnants of the rivets out, and we'll pound her back into shape and apparently weld a piece onto there, and we'll be good to go. Get there, Brad.
Oh, Tommy needs a bumper.
Got a bumper off the 400. It's going to make it suck to drag it back into the woods without the bumper, but...
God, it's going to suck to pull it out of anything with that bumper on there.
she's a beast, isn't it?
Yeah.
Solid steel. There you go, Tommy. Light weighting.
It'll keep the nose down. Yeah.
So Tommy has gently massaged his part. You want to show him the gently massaged part? Ooh, that looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. And he's been over here doing delicate surgery on this thing. And we think that after we take off these two hoses, we can get the old parts out, take off the coolant hoses, that is, get the old parts out, get the new parts in. So that's the next thing we're going to do. We're going to use the old sucker here and hook it up there and suck the coolant out.
Just before we go through all that, though, wouldn't it be easier just to cut a notch in that plate and slide it out? Is it going to really affect any strength?
Yeah, it will. It needs...
This is all that's holding this whole side here.
Oh,
yeah, I think it needs it.
Thinking something, somewhere just trimming it, but
No, it's not real bad to suck the coolant out, so I'll get after
as
that.
long as you go the right way.
Yeah, we'll go the right way. I mean, this is going to suck. All right, you got to see this to believe it. We got that hose off, and the vacuum sucked it so dry we got 0 antifreeze. 100% cleaned up just by doing the vacuum up here on this hose. We got one more hose to get out of there. All right, there we go. There's the big broken piece, but we'll be able to slip the new piece right over that once we knock the remnants of those rivets out. She's almost out. We're getting there.
Yeah, I got 2 rivets there. The back ones I think I have cleaned off.
All right. We'll bring you back when we got the parts out. All right. I can't even see it, but Tommy's yanking it out. The remnant.
There's nothing wrong with that one.
You could weld it back in.
We could have just welded that back in. I mean, it would have been fine. That went pretty good. I mean, we didn't pull the belly pan.
You got to paint the thing before we put
I'm
it in.
going to, yeah.
I hope
It's
so.
going with the muffler is going to be cleaned up. The trailing arms will be cleaned up next time you see us.
Your bumper?
Oh, the bumper. Yeah, the bumper too.
You know what I would do with that bumper is grind a nice radius on the edges that you grab. That thing's pretty sharp.
Very sharp.
I have a bastard file that'll round it off nice.
I bet you do. There you go.
Your temp gauge, though.
There's what
It's just buried. Now it's at 280.
There's what it looks like with no trailing arm mount in there.
It starts, then it goes down.
I know, but I'm watching it like jumping back and forth nonstop.
Well, you don't think the air chisel did anything to it?
No.
You know, just a delicate instrument we're air chiseling next to. Yeah, you might have to change the angle of the dangle slightly. Might be in and out twice.
Yeah, and the holes don't line up, so. Oh, yeah, they do.
Oh, yeah.
A couple of them.
We'll make it work.
Yeah.
We got a drill.
Darn tootin'. Yay.
All right. Good job, guys.
Success.
All right, so we're back to the real world now. So we got a little bit of work to do on the front of the belly pan that we're going to pour the power out. We're going to get this thing in, and welcome back, Lonnie.
Yeah, it's good to be back in the shop. Yo, it's been a minute.
How many miles did you put on your bike over the last 2 weeks?
About 3,400 miles.
Yeah.
So yeah,
From Minnesota to Florida and back.
and back. Yo.
And maybe a detour or two.
Yeah, there was a really exciting detour. I might have ended up at the Jack Daniel's distillery.
Nice. Nice.
In Lynchburg, Tennessee. So yeah, we had a good
Awesome.
time. Yeah.
Awesome. All right, we're going to get back at it. We'll bring you back when we got some action. Look at how nice that thing looks now. Sandblasted, painted, and we're going to try to jam it in there. The strategy is this. We're going to rivet these 4 holes first, and then we'll go through this hole down here to clamp it down if we need to clamp it down. We're not sure it's going to fit exactly, but we'll be able to bend it in. Now, Tommy, what are you doing there?
I brought the porta power with, and I'm going to try to get the bracket bent down in the front that shoves the whole nose back.
Yeah,
So we'll see
yeah.
if we can get that in there.
This is a good time to do that. This bracket is pushed way back right here, and that's wrinkled up these corners. So he's got this little duckbill thing that's a spreader on the porta power. So we'll video when he does that.
And we have some blue trailing arms now than the other day, and an exhaust pipe that's cleaned up.
Yeah, looks good. Looks good. All right, we'll bring you back in a little bit. All right, so Tommy's doing his duckbill thing. You're going the opposite way of what I thought you'd do. I thought you'd go front to back with that spreader.
No, I got to bend that bracket down. Am I in far enough?
It doesn't look like you're bending any bracket down. It looks like you're bending the one on the top up.
Okay. I'll come in from the other side over there. I've moved it quite a bit already.
You're trying to bend that bottom bracket
See
down.
the way it... See, okay, now I got to come in from that side.
Okay, I see what you're saying. It's crooked.
Yeah.
All right, so there's the bracket he's trying to bend. Look at the light where you could see it. Oh, you're above it. I think lift up that radius rod and come in underneath the upper radius rod. Yeah, pull your duckbill back out and
Oh yeah, that's what I meant to do.
there you go.
Yeah.
That might do the thing you think you're gonna do. Didn't catch it. You gotta push it in harder.
Yep.
Push it in further.
That's what he's.
There you go.
Oh,
Now you got it. Something's gonna happen now. All right, you basically straighten it out. And now you're moving it like you think you're moving it. Well, you took out a lot of the wrinkle.
Yep.
I think switch sides one more time.
Yep. I wonder if that's supposed to be square or at an angle.
I think it's at an angle.
I do too.
I think you're almost there. And then the top one, I think, is supposed to be square, so we're going to have to tap that down.
Yep. Hey, dogs.
Well, it's a puppy party now. Now you get a good bite on it.
She went in.
Oh, we are stretching.
I don't think it goes much lower down than that, does it?
Either.
We're stretching it pretty
Yep,
bad. Eh?
that's fine.
I think you got it.
I think so too.
I think we'll tap that top flange down from
we
up
put-
here. We'll knock that down with a hammer.
But I think now we put the heat to this and let the nose
Yep.
come back out where we got these kinks in the corner. I'll leave the pressure on it and we'll.
Okay, I'm gonna do some hitting right
I got
there.
a lot of pressure on that right now, so.
You do, all right.
Yeah.
Because that's bent way out of shape now, too. It probably was when we started.
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, you know where the heat gun is.
Yes, sir.
How's the heat gun thing going?
Well, it's
Almost straight.
pretty thin. Yeah, we got quite a bit of this damage out.
How about over here, Lon?
Yeah, this corner's looking pretty good. I'm just waiting for it to cool off enough that it'll set.
Oh,
that's
okay.
looking- that's looking quite a bit better.
Oh, I see what you did. He grabbed a big bearing race. And
Yeah, just
kinda
shoved
pressed
down,
it in
kinda
there?
Use that as a.
We still got a little bit of wrinkle factor, but not as visible from the outside. Boy, that is looking thin over there, Tommy.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Is it's so thin that
Yeah.
Yeah.
even pushing it
So-
back into shape once it cools, there's not enough material there
Right.
to hold it.
Yeah.
So it just flexes right back in again.
So these belly pans were like a flat sheet of plastic that they heated up and draped over a form. They're not injection molded, so the wall thickness isn't constant. The deeper the draw, so to speak, the thinner it gets. And where these guys are working is pretty deep draw down in that corner. Right here, this is a deep draw. So it's good and thick up here, and it's good and thick right here at the top. But in on this wall, it's pretty thin.
Tell me if I'm pushing in the right place.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good right there.
Oh, yeah. Down a little more.
Down a little more.
Yeah.
Smells like hot plastic.
Smells like hot plastic.
Ooh, bubble.
Told you it got hot enough. You could make it drip if you wanted to, but I don't advise it.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Can hold it like that. Hold it like that.
All right, you guys get the idea. I mean, this is general bodywork. Tommy's got the porta power in here, under this, pushing down on the bracket that's basically opposite of this, straightening it back out to where it should be. Oh, there you probably saw it move.
Oh yeah, you definitely. Yeah, whatever you just did actually relaxed this corner.
Yeah, I don't know that
You're pulling it tight
I
right now.
think you might be pushing it too hard now.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah,
I'm
I
wondering.
wanted to relax and back into shape.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we'll bring you back and show you how good they get it when they're done.
Like you said, it's not like you said. It's not showroom, and it's not like new, but
Oh boy, that's so much better.
So
better than it
now
did.
we'll see if the bolts are anywhere near.
And the old noser there.
Oh yeah, they used to be 3/4 of an inch away. The one in the middle here is. I'll bend that out a little bit when we relax it, and I think we're gonna live with that.
yeah.
Snowed kill.
Yeah, this is great. This is way better than it was. Real nice. All All right, I found my Clecos. Lonnie, you want to show them what we got going?
Yeah.
So-
this is pretty cool stuff right here.
They're color coded. That's the first thing they should
Okay.
probably know. You can see there's different colors, and that's per the size.
Okay.
And then you got this pliers, and
Yeah.
when you squeeze the pliers, it pushes that out. This gets narrow, fits through the hole, and then there's a little wedge there. You can see how wide that gets, and that pulls everything up tight. So that's awesome for fitting up sheet metal.
Yeah. That's a great idea.
Yeah,
Heck yeah.
yeah.
Beats putting in the rivets and then having to take them back out.
It beats trying
Trying
to
to hold it with clamps and everything else.
trying to clamp it where you can't possibly get a clamp in.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I like that.
yeah,
Heck
we'll kind of be able to do a test fit. Although we think once we jam this into the belly pan, we don't think it's coming back out.
It didn't.
In fact,
It didn't come out the last time so good, or did it?
not whole. You wanna film me trying to put it in?
Let's give her a shot.
Let me get a light.
See what happens. Hopefully you remember which way it goes.
Well, it only fits one way. There's a right and a left.
There you go.
All right, we'll get a light in here so everybody can sort of see what's going on. So, our theory is we're going to try to poke that out the hole and then see if we can get it around the corner, but I have my doubts. Oh, well, it's going right around the corner. All right, but once I get it there, I could actually probably get that back out. There, it's in its hole.
That thing dropped right in there, man. Look at that.
It's in its hole.
That thing dropped right in there.
So if you want to see
Nice.
it,
I got it pretty close for the right shape.
Pretty damn
It was
close.
pretty contorted when I started hammering on it.
So if you wanted to see how to install a trailing arm mount, there you go.
Well, that was easy.
All right, so you can see the Clecos at work. They did re-drill these two holes through the bracket. Got rivets in them. Little mandrel's still in there. Those are 1/4-inch steel rivets, so we feel pretty good about that. We will be putting these rivets back in after we get the foot or the trailing arm mount all in. But the next step, we'll get those two Clecos out one at a time and add a rivet in each one of those holes. All right, so here's the situation.
Oh, you think I have that? No, these are washers. Oh, sorry.
Those are not dog treats, Dennis.
They're not. They think they are.
All right, so here's the situation. We got these 4 rivets in, and what we did here is Lonnie had a scratch all through one of the rivet holes, and I C-clamped it, and then sort of soft, lined up the next rivet hole, and then C-clamped it hard, and we think we're going to get rivets in there and start attaching it.
If you can get at least one in there, that's a good start.
We'll give it a try. All right. We have to go sky high with this thing with the C-clamp because we got to clamp that cooler up tight. Or we will never pull it up with that rivet.
All right, now the tricky part is don't cover the hole, though. Right now you're covering the hole.
I don't know how we do that.
Pull it back. Pull it outboard.
Well,
Oh, right here.
Can you line it up here?
yeah, can you get a hold of it right
you
there?
line it up where you think it should be.
This will work.
Yeah, if you can just get a hold of that cooler so it pulls the plate and the cooler, you got a lot of room up here.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on that.
I'm on the cooler. Yeah. Let me get the slack taken up.
We're getting half a suspension. Tommy's rocking on that. New bolts and everything.
Clamp. There you go.
Yeah, I can see the coolers coming up.
Yep, there we go. Yep.
Closing the gap so we can
Yep.
rig it tight.
Not the front side's not tight though.
What's tighter
yeah,
than it
we'll get
was.
it. Yeah, we'll get it in a minute. We gotta get like one rivet at a time here.
Well, I think
All right, where's that rivet I had?
right here.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, it's all the way in.
All right,
That should bite.
here comes the noise. Sorry, my ear fitting's bad. And don't bother telling me I need an electric rivet gun. Hang on, Tommy's running that. Don't bother telling me I need an electric rivet gun. These are 1/4-inch steel rivets.
Should have just done it by
They
hand.
got a bite.
Yeah.
All right, so now.
Oh, we're good. That's tight.
Yeah. Hold on.
Can we get the next one?
Yeah, ream that one out right there, and we can get that one too.
All right.
All right, they're going.
All right, here's your final install. So we got these 4 holes back in, and they lined up real good. We got the holes down here and the footrest in place. And then when you come up over here, well, we got it back in all the original holes on both the chassis and the tunnel. And we got this one through the side. I bet I got to move the light. So we got that one through the side. Now there's one more through the side that there's just no way without pulling the cooler off, and we're not doing that. So Tommy's going to be 1 rivet short, but just imagine how much better this is than the broken one.
Tommy's always been
Tommy,
one rivet short.
Tommy, are you 1 rivet short?
Yeah. More than 1 marble, rivet, whatever.
So there you go.
I'd be here if I wasn't.
I mean, there's no way to show you that better than that. We showed you everything we can. It's hard to put that thing in there, and it's hard to get it lined up. And we rode the struggle bus, and I'm guessing you will too. All right, there is an old bushing in here that we can't catch the edge of.
Oh, wait.
Look at its black plastic falling out.
Safety first.
Maybe a little rust, but look at the plastic. This would have been better done with the trailing arm off.
Tommy, take the trailing arm off.
I'm still getting plastic.
There you go.
All right.
That's the ski that wouldn't.
Tommy,
Kisses in your drawing.
what does that feel like?
Look like you've had practice, Tommy.
Ooh, slippery and smooth.
There we go. Are we going to insert a ski?
Oh, insert. There you
Film
go.
what? Oh, the shiny new bolt?
Yeah.
The shiny new bolt on the shiny blue trailing arm?
All right, down ski.
This time we put the bushings
Right
on.
out of here. Just
There
get
you
that
go.
out, and then we'll just.
Thank you, Jason.
Tommy, did we put the bushings on before the trailing arm this time?
Yes.
All right. Life is good. Oh, yes. Thank you, patrons. Really appreciate the pizza and the beers tonight. It's a good night in the shop. Oh, yeah. And say hi to Just Greg.
Hello.
Brad's out, but Just Greg showed up.
They win. Now we're loose now, so as far as it's going.
We're filming. It's getting back together. So give you a look at how things are going. The front of that belly pan is way better. You can really tell with the radius rods on and the skis on. Tommy's over there doing a ski alignment. Trailing arms fit good. Everything's back where it should be. And won't be long. We'll be filling it up with coolant and firing it up again, I think. All right, Tommy, front suspension.
Did your fix work?
Was it worth it?
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Oh, I'd say that was worth it. That was definitely worth
Make
it.
the old guy go up there.
Plus, you know, we only got one other really rusty trailing arm mount to worry about now.
There you go.
Congrats.
That's what I said. Why am I getting antifreeze there?
You're leaking.
Because we
You're
spilled it there when we bled it.
No.
No,
It's
he
coming
dried
out of
it
my
out.
gasket.
Yeah, he dried it out.
It's coming out of your gasket already?
Yeah.
You should see a doctor about that.
Sounds like a personal problem.
Did you tighten it?
Yeah, I tightened it.
Well, it didn't come out of the gasket last time.
We didn't.
We didn't have that on
Did you
there.
put RVC on that?
No, probably not.
I don't think we had that on there last time.
Maybe you need to Lonnie it.
That was
Yeah.
almost it.
Are we going to try to helicoil those afterwards?
No. Permatex.
That's what I was thinking. RVC.
RTV?
Did you spill antifreeze back here? Now?
I sure did.
Yeah, you did.
So, folks, if you're wondering about the dog, if the wagon tail didn't tell you, that black lab absolutely loves snowmobiles. She loves the sound of them. She loves everything about them. If you've been watching my videos for a long time, you already know this.
All right, so that.
All right, I just noticed this. I walked up and squeezed the lever, and that's all the further it went. You want me
do
to
that
show them
again.
why?
Do that
Do it
again.
again.
It's because the oil pump is pulled tight down there.
All right, we'll bring that down a little ways.
We got to adjust the oil pump. It's probably giving way too much oil.
Yeah.
But that oil pump lever is pulling up tight in line with the cable. So
Yeah.
we'll get that fixed, and then that's probably one more reason why it was a little boggy. It was only getting less than 3/4 throttle.
And lots of oil.
And lots of oil. So there's two marks. There's two marks on the oil
Even
pump.
that.
One is for idle, and one is for wide open throttle. And the idle mark is at about 10 o'clock, and it should be at about noon. So
Why?
we were getting plenty of oil.
Yes, we were.
We were.
I'm gonna say that's a fraction of the oil smoke,
Yeah, that's a lot less smoke.
and it sounded healthier. It sounded healthier. It was definitely
Yeah.
pulling
It
up
was bogging.
faster.
Yeah, it was bogging for sure.
All right, a little look-see here. It's Saturday morning, by the way. Saturday morning, different shirt. Light outside. So we got the hood and the nose cone on. Got all the wires up. Let's close the hood down and have a look at her. She's shaping up. So gotta dodge that. Dip, dodge, duck, dive. Get it in the thing. Look at that. That's not bad. That nose cone was all black on top. We gave her a little fog of midnight blue. Better than it was. Still a little splotchy, but better than it was. So, shaping up. What do you think, Tommy? Is it time to take it for a rip?
Pretty close. Pretty close. Pour a little more gas in it. And yeah, probably rip it off the hoist and see if it'll pop a wheelie today.
Hopefully it does.
Yes.
All right, Tommy, pull the rope. She's got a headlight. We've been joined by the leprechaun today, but it's actually the day before.
Yeah, well, today's the fun day.
Tommy, what'd you think?
It still has that bog at the bottom. It steers a lot better. The front suspension working is definitely a plus.
What RPM was it engaging at?
At 2200.
We're changing your clutch spring.
Yeah.
Right now. Right now we're changing the clutch spring, and then we're going to try it again.
I don't have that toolbox with me, but you have all the tools.
I have all the tools.
All right.
All right, we're going to change the clutch spring, and we'll be right back. All right, a quick look in there. She's got a blue spring. It looks pretty tired. We do have a brand new blue spring to put in it, but now what fun would that be? We're going to this. Spring clutch almond. 704-1645. We're going right to that. That's a little more aggressive than a blue spring. All right, to further confirm my suspicions that it's the clutch, this clutch is real warm for the little bit of riding we just did. I mean, real warm. So, I'm sure the belt was slipping on it. There's no other way to get that warm that fast. So, I'm going to do a quick eval on Tommy's clutch. Kind of worn on the buttons, but usable still. Bushings are, as you can see, it's pretty shot. It's basically doing a hula dance on there. All right, and then the rollers. Well, Tommy, that roller barely rolls. That bushing is wasted in that roller. That roller's loose, and there's no thrust washer on it. And that one's fairly good. So
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
if I was at Heydays looking at clutches, I wouldn't buy this one.
No, we don't know where that came from. It was laying on the floor at the garage, sitting on top of another one, and I just grabbed it just to make it work.
Something to start with.
Yeah.
Do you want to put a brand new clutch on for testing and give it back?
No.
All right. We're just going to do that crazy spring in this thing, and that's guaranteed to bring the engagement up. Although it's never going to work as good as it should. All right, Tommy wanted to run a compression check too. He's been falling on already, but it's a little low. It's like just over 100.
Yeah.
That's like
105.
105. Let's check the other hole there, Tommy. We may have to freshen this motor up. Might need a new top end.
I have parts at home.
All right.
Same.
No, this hole's way better. So this hole's almost acceptable. It's at 115.
There you go.
So for sure we got to freshen up the top end. The one hole's pretty weak, and without a doubt that's part of it. So there may be another test again in the future.
Next year.
Yeah, next year when we get snow. All right, we got the crazy spring in there.
Well, it's going to be heading for home like this. We're at the end of the season. It'll be on my table. I'll dig through my parts and see if I can come up with a couple of new pistons. And just like I've done with all my redheads, just pull the engine out, put it on the bench, and away we go. But it'll be a project for fall. But
well, we'll bring you back. We'll bring you back when we get it done. We'll do some more test hits and stuff. But for sure, the top end of this motor is coming back over here, and We'll do the bore and hone, or maybe it'll just be an aggressive hone, depending on if it's 10 or 20 over on the pistons. But the motor, the top end needs a rebuild, and the clutch, we're gonna either find a better clutch or we'll rebuild this clutch.
Yep.
I recommend finding a better clutch. Clutch rebuilds, like the full rebuild with all the bushings and everything, it's not cheap. It's like $180.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, no, but we have a bunch of P85s in the pile, and we'll find a better one. But like I said, this is a 500 engine that was sitting on my shelf that had been in my daughter's sled 10 years ago, and I took it out. And it's just, you know, all our parts. So I would trail ride it like it is right now. It's not launching and doing wheelies, but once it gets going and it shifts, it seems to be just fine.
That's your clutch.
Yeah, so.
All right.
And a little low in compression, like you said. So
we'll bring you back. We're going to close her out. All right. So there you go, folks. Sometimes when you try to do the absolute lowest buck thing you can, well, it's not going to go as fast as if you threw a bunch of money at it. So we're going to have to throw a little bit more money at this. I mean, if Tommy's got used pistons.
No, I have new.
You have brand new pistons?
And rings and stuff. Yeah, I bought out an inventory a while ago, 650 and 500 parts. So
perfect. And so if you had to do it yourself between the pistons and the top end set, probably about $150 and probably about $60 a hole to get them bored out is what I've been hearing the local shops have been charging. I'm not offering to bore yours for that. I've got way too much on my plate to start doing customer work. But, you know, that's what we're going to have to do, and we'll take care of the clutch too. And when we're done, we think it'll meet expectations. And right here, I'm going to put in a clip of Lonnie's TXL with, you know, same engine. All right, so as you can see, we're expecting to get big wheelies like Lonnie did. So we'll get there. It's just the way it is. The motor's a little tired, the clutch is junk.
yeah, but all in all, it's pretty cheap for what we did, what we've put in it, the parts that we've had laying around. I have to thank my friend Chad for hooking me up with the seat, and we also, Doc Mario.
Dr. Mario, I'm going to put his card up right here. Dr. Mario's Vintage Polaris Parts. Don has these tunnel stripes. So we're going to break. We started out to put no money in it, and we're breaking that rule right and left.
Because the seat looks so good. If the seat would have been black, it would have been fine like that. But this seat like this, it deserves the right stripes on the tunnel too. It'll just add so much for it.
Probably get some nicer skis eventually.
I have skis at home too.
In the end, it's not going to look like the junkyard dog anymore.
No. Well, yeah, it'll still have the old cracked up hood.
Yep.
Snowed kill.
So with that said, I want to say a huge thanks to the patrons for their support of the channel. Patrons, you guys are the best, and we really appreciate you. Everybody else, if you want to know about the patrons and the Patreon, well, you know, you can see their names up there. And they give us a little support each month. They kick in on the beer and the pizza fund and sometimes into the parts fund. And in return, they get their names up there and they get to watch all the videos early and ad-free on the Patreon webpage and app. And what else do they get? Oh, they get the patron-only videos.
Oh, those are good.
Some of the outtakes, I guess, is what you would have
Sometimes
to
we
call
do
them.
just a whole video just for the patrons. Yeah. Not a super long one, but, you know, we give them a video. So really huge thanks to the patrons. Everybody else, please hit subscribe. I can tell you from watching my statistics that YouTube is for sure randomly unsubscribing people. So if you made it this far into the video, check to see that you're still subscribed. We've definitely got reports in the comments on some prior videos that YouTube is unsubscribing people that want to be subscribed. So check that out. And the last thing I want to do is mention a new channel that I started watching. Well, I really don't know how old he is, but he's only got about a dozen videos that I saw, or 16 videos, but they're good. This guy's, I think his name's Rocky, and his channel is called Old School Articats, and I just want to give him a mention because I've been enjoying his stuff. So we'll put a link to his channel up there if you want some more good vintage stuff. Check out Rocky. I think there's room for tons of vintage snowmobile channels, and if you're thinking you want to do your own channel, by all means do it. It's not, you know, what do they say? a rising tide brings all ships up. So if we get a bigger YouTube vintage snowmobile
So deep.
thing going, well, it just helps everybody. So anyways, thanks for watching, and we'll see you at the swap meets.